Hi, this is Jeff Spencer, Math for Liberal Arts instructor for the Community College of Denver. And this is a video tutorial showing you how to put in some of the financial formulas into Google Sheets or Google Excel or Microsoft Excel. I'm using Google Sheets because I figure more students are going to have free access to that. But it should work exactly the same way if you're using Microsoft Excel. So I want to show you here, this is the template the format I'm kind of working with here. And one of the first formulas I'm going to enter into the spreadsheet is the compound interest formula. A equals P times parenthesis 1 plus R divided by N to the N times T, like that. This formula, along with some other ones that I'm going to put in the Excel spreadsheet, let me just go back, are going to be posted right here at the top by this assignment. So I'm just going to be referring to this formula sheet here as I work and put these formulas in the spreadsheet, so I can do this a lot quicker versus typing this all in the calculator. You can do either one, but I highly recommend doing this, learning a little bit of skills about putting formulas into Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. So here's the formula I'm going to do, and the formula has, to the right of the equal sign, it has four variables, P, R, N, and T. So I just put the labels for P, R, N, and T here. The actual values are going to go in this column B. So, when you're making this, you can pause the video and you could basically put your P, R, N, and T, your compound interest formula. Pause the video now, make sure that those are in those spots where I have them. And then I'm going to put some dummy numbers in here just to make sure the formula works. So I'm going to do $1,000 here. I'm going to do a rate of 0.035, which would be 3.5%. We're going to do N equal 12, which is compounding monthly, and then we're going to do, say, 6 years. So you should just plug in those same values just to make sure that your formula is working correctly. All right, now anytime we enter in a formula into a cell in Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel, we press the equals button. Now, there's a lot of preloaded formulas that Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets has, like statistical formulas, like the standard deviation. So I think it was ST, standard deviation, or you could do the mean, or you could do the median, or you could do the average. They have a lot of autofill formulas. We're not going to do any of those, but just FYI, those exist. What we're going to do is we're going to type in the math of this formula to the right. So the A is not in this formula. The A is the future value that we're finding here. P is the principal value. So I want to be able to put in any number for P and have it work in the formula. So my number that I'm always going to be putting in for P is going to be in this cell. So I click in that cell, and it shows that whatever number I have in for B3 is going to be the number in this formula. Currently it's 1,000, but right now any number that I put in for B3 will be the P in the formula. Then to do multiplication, I know the formula doesn't show this, but Microsoft Excel and Google Sheets need you to do an asterisk, which on my keyboard is Shift 8 for multiplication. So anytime we have any kind of multiplication, you need to use that asterisk. Then parenthesis. Okay, now I'm just following the formula. So 1 plus. Now the next part of the formula is the rate. The rate will always be whatever I type into this cell, B4. So I click that cell, and then I got to do division, which is just a slash, and then I'm dividing by N, which is always going to be in this cell, B5. Then it's a right parenthesis, raised to the, so the Shift 6 for the exponent key, and then I need another parenthesis, and then I want N times T, so I'm going to do cell B5 times, and that's the asterisk, T, which is B6. And then end the right parenthesis, and then I press enter, and it will give me this amount. Now, I already have this cell formatted, but if it doesn't show the dollar symbol for you, click on the cell, go to format, go to number, and go down to currency. So once again, click on the cell. So it's just like you're not messing with the formula, you just click on it, format, number, currency. We might have to right click to access that. So that's the first formula. And if given the numbers that I put in here, if your value is $1,233.30, then your formula is working. Okay, let's go back to the formula sheet here and look at the next one. We're going to do 3 out of the 4 here. I might type in continuous compounding, but I don't think we're going to use it that often because we already kind of looked at exponential growth in the previous unit. So this formula here is the reverse formula if we know the future amount and we want to go back and figure out the principal amount for an investment. We'll look at examples more specifically, but this is just about getting the formula in. So I'm going to press pause on it. I'm going to put the next formula over here. So I'm going to press pause and type this in, and then you can copy me after. Okay, so I just finished typing that. We're going to write find principal when we know the future value. That's the second formula here. And so you want to type this in. You can pause the video. Principal equals A divided by, parenthesis, 1 plus R divided by N to the N times T. I'm going to bold this just to show that it's the title of this formula. Where do I bold it? Right there. Okay. Then over here, I'm going to put in what I need for this formula is the first thing is A, then I need R, and then I need N, and then I need T. So those are the things I'm going to use in this formula. And I'm actually going to insert a column here so that there's a space between these two. Okay. And then I'm going to put the numbers in here. So the dummy numbers that I'll put in here are going to be 5,000, 4%, 0.04. We'll do quarterly, and we'll do 10 years. Okay. I'm going to stretch this cell where I put the title so that the whole thing fits there. And then I'm going to type in the formula. I'm going to do it the same way. So I'm going to start with equals. Now I want whatever I have for cell, or whatever cell I use for A, which is right here. So A, that's the one that I have the number in. The A, R, and T, these are just the labels so I know where they are. But the numbers are the ones that I want to click on. And then I'm going to divide by. Okay, now I have a parenthesis, 1 plus the rate. So the rate, remember, is this cell, divided by N, which is this cell, right parenthesis, to the left parenthesis, N times T, so N times is asterisk, for me that's shift 8, T is that cell, right parenthesis. Now this cell doesn't have the monetary format, so I'm going to click on it, go to format, go to number, go to currency, and that will be the answer there. So what this means is that you need $3,358.27 to invest at 4%, compounded quarterly for 10 years, and it will grow to $5,000 in that time. You don't necessarily need this space between the rows. I think I'm actually going to delete it so that I can see both formulas in one spot. Okay. So we got the first two formulas. I'm going to put in the fourth formula now, effective annual yield. So I'm going to put that here. Effective annual yield. That formula is the yield equals, look at this, I got a double parenthesis, okay, double parenthesis, 1 plus R divided by N to the N minus 1, right parenthesis, times 100. You can look back at it, pause the video. That's the formula that I'm going to put in here. And I'm going to bold this cell just so I can see that it's the title. And so what do I need in this formula? I need an R and an N. That's all I need. So I'll put in some dummy numbers here. Oh, wait, no, I want to move that down. R here, N here, because the answer is going to go here. Okay, so I'll put some dummy numbers in here. So let's just say it's, let's just use 4% again. And then we'll start off with N being monthly. Okay, and then here is going to be the formula, equals. Remember, all these formulas, I'm doing everything to the right of the equals. So I start off with a double parenthesis. Then I do 1 plus R. Remember, R is going to be in this cell, so I click on that cell. I divide by N, so I click on that cell. Right parenthesis, to the N minus 1, right parenthesis, times, times is asterisk, excuse me, times 100. Now this, we want to be a percent, rounded to the nearest hundredth, because this is an effective annual yield, which is basically saying it's a percent yield. So I'm going to right click here, I'm going to click on the cell, I'm going to go to Format, Number. I want percent. It looks like it's giving that to 2 decimals, so that's good. No, that's not what I want. Okay, I'm going to press pause and figure out which one I want. Okay, so I haven't found something that I like, so I think I'm going to let the formatting do the conversion to a percent. So I'm going to eliminate the times 100 from this formula in both spots. So I'm going to delete that. So follow that and do that with me. And then we're going to format this cell so that it shows up as a percent. And then we'll go to 2 decimals there. So go back if you need to watch those steps. I just deleted the times 100. The formatting will do the times 100 for us and convert it to a percent. Okay. Then I am going to put in the continuous compounding formula. You don't need to do that for your assignment, but if you want to follow along, we'll have those 4 formulas here. So let me press pause and figure out how that's going to work. Okay, I got this one ready here. This is the 3rd formula. I'm putting it in the 4th spot, but it doesn't really matter. This continuous compounding formula. So if you want to follow along on this one, we need a few variables here. We need P. E is a constant. E is the exponential growth constant, 2.72, etc. So we just need P, R, and T. Okay, for this one, we'll just put in 1,000 again for P. We'll do the rate of 0.035 again, and then T, we'll just have be 10 years again. Okay, so the formula here, it's a little bit more complicated. We do equals, we want P, then we want times. To get the exponential E, we do EXP. Click on the first autofill that has, or you can just have capital EXP. Right, and then, let me think here. Oh, raised to a power. Okay, so if I have EXP, then we don't have to do the exponent key. We already have that as part of this function. So then I want rate times T, right parenthesis. Okay, we want this to be money. So we'll go down to currency. And there are 4 formulas to start off. We're going to put in 3 more when we do the annuities and car loan stuff, annuities and loan payment stuff. But I just want to show you, this is like, if you can do this, you can build up those other formulas pretty easily. We've kind of learned how to click on cells to put in values. So for instance, the assignment now. So we've done most of the assignment, but the other part is this. When you look at this assignment, it asks you to actually use your formula, financial formulas sheet. Okay. So to get the future value of an investment, so these first 3, okay, we're going to be using the compound interest formula. So I just want you to practice this. So the first one says, give the future value of an investment of $500 at 3.5% compounded monthly for 6 years. So those 4 things are the things that we're going to put in. The future value of an investment, so the investment is $500 at 3.5%, so that's 0.035, computed monthly for 6 years. And I press enter, and the future value is $616.65. So to complete this assignment, you do the formulas, and then maybe just down here, you can put the answer to number 1. 616.65. Then you're going to do the next one. Give the future value of investment of $2,000 at 4.25% compounded quarterly for 10 years. change your numbers based on the problem, get the answer, put it down here. Do that a third time, and then on 4 and 5, so you can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4 and 5, you just write a short sentence. Finish those problems, then go to assignments, save that document, and then upload it right here. And that's it for this assignment. If you have any questions, let me know.